Here we are in Jamie's kitchen with Kelly on ukulele. Yeah, the
words? Tonight's menu is lamb chops, delicious, sweet and spicy mashed sweet potatoes, and a lovely beet and cabbage salad. Come on in. Okay, so these are very simple. It was a lamb shoulder. It was a cheap cut. And between the bones, I just cut it with scissors, so you got chops out of it. And then I marinated them during the day. I just put about half a cup of balsamic vinegar, quarter of a cup of tamari, some garlic, minced garlic, some dry ginger, some dry cumin, some dry coriander, and whatever herb you like, I don't know, whatever you have. And let it sit all day. Shake it around a few times, so easy to make. Preheat the oven to 400, pop her on in. Super simple. And I serve it with mashed sweet potatoes. I just put a little bit of, boil them, mash them with a masher, put in a little bit of maple syrup, and maybe a little bit of spicy peppers, like pepper flakes. So you get the hot and sweet. Delicious with the lamb chops. Hi. I've just finished chopping coarsely about 2 cups of cabbage. If you want to get it ready to eat earlier, and it also adds to the flavor, just grind some fresh salt on it, or even just already prepared salt over the cabbage in little bits here and there, and that'll help it to wilt and make it a bit softer. In about an hour, you can add it to any salad or any other kind of dish that you want to serve. Here's a homemade dressing for your cabbage salad. It's really basic. It's sour cream, about 2 teaspoons, mayonnaise about 2 teaspoons, about 1/3 of a cup of vinegar. I use white balsamic, but you just use regular old vinegar. About a teaspoon of brown sugar and some salt and pepper. Stir, stir, stir. And if you don't have any sour cream, just use mayonnaise and vinegar. Done. Easy. And basically, I've taken them out, I'm flipping them once, because I want them to brown on both sides. But these are only on for, preheat the oven, maybe about a half an hour at 400. And they don't take long to cook, so I'll probably do 400 for about 15 minutes once they're flipped. And that should be it. Don't they look good?
Tasty.
I peeled the beets really thin, and obviously I've peeled them and I've cut them very thin. So now I'm going to blanch them. The water's boiling. Blanching is when you just put them in the hot water for a very short period of time. Probably because they're beets, they're a harder root vegetable. Maybe it would be about a minute. And then you get them out of the hot water as quick as you can. Pour some cool water over them, and they're blanched. That's it. Time to check the sweet potatoes. They're still a little too hard, so there. I stuck my fork and it's not coming off the fork. Usually a sweet potato is ready when you stick your fork and it breaks in half. So that's how I do it anyhow. Okay, so I'm going to check the beets. They've been on for maybe a bit more than a minute. When you blanch something, you don't want it to be soft. You still want the vegetable to be a bit crispy. I think I'm going to wait for about another minute, but they won't take long. I do wish the water was bubbling, but give it one more minute. So these are definitely ready. I'm going to pour them into a colander. Look at that color, woo! I'm gonna get cold water. I think I may have done it too long because too much color has come out. But I'll put some cold water on quick. Save as much color as possible. Cold water, cold water, cold water. So that's now blanched because you don't want them to continue cooking in their own heat. You want to try and cool them down. You can add a couple different things to this. Like I'm probably going to add maple syrup, a little bit of vinegar. I have some goat cheese. Goat cheese is really good with beets. I have some almonds that I've toasted earlier that will be really good with the beets. That's super easy. Just stick them in the oven while you're cooking your lamb chops. There you go. So just to reedify, I did not buy lamb chops because they're expensive. I bought lamb shoulder that was on sale. A rack of lamb shoulder was 20 bucks, but that's enough to feed 3 adults, no problem. And like I said, I just cut between the bones with scissors to prepare it before I marinated it. Simple. 20 bucks and look at, there's gonna be leftovers. Don't you just want to eat one right now? Look how small they are. You can hold them in your hand.
Should we do the light in?
Oh, God. That was really easy. So we have, this is the cabbage salad, which was really easy. Remember, salad dressing, super easy. Wilted cabbage, put salt on it to wilt it. Here's the beets, they're blanched with the toasted almonds. They have maple syrup and a bit of vinegar on them. The lamb chops you know about. I'm not explaining it again. Oh yeah, the sweet potatoes are over there. But I'm not serving them.